Hi, Year 10. Quick video on making a virtual model of our desk lamp using Onshape. Right, let's get started. So, because we're creating a new product, we're going to create a new document, and we're going to call it desk lamp. And click create. So this will take us into our part studio, which I'm hoping is a screen that you're now starting to become quite familiar with. And you know from following along to a couple of these videos that you know it works. If there's something you're trying to do that you can't do, pause the video, rewind it, slow it down, watch it through a couple of times, and try and work it out for yourself, because the more you do that, the more confident you'll become using Onshape. So when we use CAD, I want you to get into the habit of thinking that you need to build or make all the parts from the product exactly the same way you would if you were in the workshop. You'd cut all the pieces of wood, you'd drill the holes in the wood, and then you'd assemble it. You'd start to put it together. So we're going to build ours with lots of parts. I'm going to start with the base. Now, what I actually did is I've actually made a little very, very quick small prototype to see what it would look like, and I'm going to use this prototype to help me when I design create the virtual model. So we'll see how I get on with that. So I'm going to start with the base. I'm going to use the top plane as if we're looking down bird's eye view. So I'm going to hide the front plane, hide the right plane, and I'll keep the origin for a minute, and I'm going to reorientate myself so I'm looking down on top. So it's a sketch tool. I'm going to click on the top plane. There's my toolbar. Comes active with all my tools on it. Center point rectangle. Snap it to the origin. Up and out. Now I'm just going to quickly measure my prototype here. I think it is 10. Yeah, so it's 100 millimeters. Enter. Don't get forward into trying to click on this box. If you try and click, Onshape will think you want to create another center point rectangle. You don't. Just the fact that it's gone white means that you can just type straight into it. So it's 150. Enter. I'm going to click on my dimension tool. Get into the habit of moving your dimensions off of your sketch so that it doesn't clutter it up and it's easy to understand what's going on. Next, I'm going to use my sketch fillet, so I can fillet the corners. R stands for radius. Radius is the curved edge. I'm going to click on all four corners, and I'm going to green tick that. That's step one done. I've now got a rectangle sketch. I want to make it into a 3D shape. So the way we do that is I'm going to do it by right clicking my mouse button on the sketch I've just created, and we have a few common tools here. I'm going to click on extrude. I'm just going to move around so you can see what's happening. Hopefully you're confident in doing this part, extruding, by now. The depth is going to be, we're going to use 12mm thick pine wood, and I am going to green tick that. There we go. I don't like the blue colour. It doesn't look anything like wood, so I'm going to try and make it look as woody as I possibly can. I'm going to render it so it looks like the material we are using to make it. Quick way to do that is by right clicking on part 1, edit appearance, and choose woody colour, green tick. So there's the base. Now on the bottom of the base I've drilled 2 holes. I've countersunk those holes, and I've driven 2 screws through so that the piece of wood that sits on top is nice and secure. So we need to do that on our virtual model. So the way I'm going to move this around is I'm going to hold down the right button on my mouse and I'm going to spin it round till I can see the bottom side of my base plate, and I'm going to click on bottom. There we go. Something I didn't do earlier that I should do and get in the habit of doing, which I want you to do now, is just right click where it says Part Studio, rename and call it base. Right, okay, I want two holes, two small pilot holes. These are through holes, they're not blind holes. So I'm going to sketch, and I want to sketch on the face, on this brown face here that I've created. So click. I'm going to use a center point circle. I'm going to use the origin because I know it's in the center. Wait. Click 1, come on the other side. Click 2. Let's dimension them. Let's get them in the right diameter. I think these were 4mm. I used a 4mm drill bit. There we go. Why is that? Let's change that to 4mm. There we go. 2 4mm holes. Now I'm just going to get my ruler out and measure how far apart these are. They are approximately 40mm apart. So let's use my dimension tool from the center of the circle. Center. Let's change that to 40. Press enter. There we go. I'm happy with that. Green tick. Now, I just want to create through holes. So they are drilled all the way through the material. So we're going to do that using our extrude tool. Top toolbar, click on extrude. I'm going to zoom in so you can see exactly what I'm doing, and what I've zoomed in is I've used the roller button or the rolling wheel on the mouse. I've clicked once on that circle, I've chosen the second circle. Now here I need to click remove, and what that does, again I'm going to just change the angle I'm looking at by doing that, or how I do that is by holding down the right button on the mouse. You can see I've removed the material there. Happy with that. Green tick. Let's go back to our isometric view. There we go. That is the base plate completed. I'm going to pause the video here and I'll do another video, or the next video, working on the arms of the desk lamp. So good luck with that. Follow along and I'm sure you'll get there in no time at all.